Welcome back to a Celtic state of mind. It's half-time in the Cup semi-final between Celtic and Aberdeen. Tonight I'm joined by Lawrence Connolly, Quinny, and for half-time and hopefully full-time joined by Sean Connolly as well. So welcome back, everybody. That wasn't too bad, lads, was it? That started out a wee bit slow, a wee bit physical, on the end of a few meaty challenges. But ultimately, I think our class has shown through. Sean, I've given you just joined us. I'll come at you first. What have you made of the first half?
Yeah, it's been played with the intensity of a Glasgow derby. To be honest, I think the stats that really speak to how I don't normally go to stats, but they're very instructive of how this game has gone in this case, and that's 4 yellow cards for Aberdeen, 5 yellow cards in total, 3 shots on target for Celtic, and 3 goals for Celtic.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry, Sean. Just on those yellow cards, the Callum McGregor one. As a resident referee and expert, what did you make of that one?
It was never a yellow card, but the guys bought it. It was the reaction from Nielsen that bought it. To be honest, though, it's good that I thought the ref was letting a lot go in the first 15 minutes. There was Aberdeen had more slides in a water park, but once he did get the yellow card out, he wasn't shy after that. So he did kind of get it under control after a while. But yeah, Aberdeen came to play with an intensity and an aggression, and there actually could have been more yellow cards for Aberdeen, to be honest. Soccer, before he does get booked, kicks by in the midriff with the studs. Yeah. It should have been a yellow. Unless the ref's not seen it. And I think Lawrence was mentioning Rubizic could have been yellow carded before he got yellow carded as well. And to be honest, it was the third incident where it could have been a yellow as well, but they would have been soft.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think it's the refereeing. It seemed to be he was letting a lot of stuff go in the first few minutes. There was a few, as I said, meaty challenges. Then we started to see a flurry of bookings around about 25 minutes. It's just like the referee was looking for something to do, and even our manager gets one for probably the world's worst left peg shot. So I'm not so sure what that was all about. But he'll need to be careful. Somebody's made the comment that he'll need to change his shoes at half time to make sure he doesn't get a red in the second half. Quinny, I mean, I think we spoke about some of the players before the match, and we pointed to the wings, we pointed to needing big games from Kuhn, Maeda and Kyogo. They've linked up brilliantly in this first half, haven't they? I mean, I think each of the goals, obviously the Carter Vickers one's a beautiful delivery from Engels and an absolutely towering header. But the second and third goal was very much been about those players, hasn't it? I think Engels some good running for the third goal as well. But brilliant interplay between the three forwards.
Yeah, it's just kind of like what we were talking about before kickoff. Playing against a team that will try and win the game themselves, try and press us, as it were, with their the Duke and the Kiskinen thing. We mentioned it before the game. They'll make the fullbacks' jobs a lot harder. So it just gave us more space. So they've been really good at linking up, but they've been able to run with the ball. They've been able to run into space. They've been able to have defenders backpedaling and trying to recover into their shape and stuff. And it's been a joy to watch, but it's a bit of a departure from the normal. Like when somebody's camping in, you don't get that space as much. But I was grinning ear to ear when Dyson did lay that off there for Kyogo, because the amount of opportunities we get where we should be scoring super easy goals and somehow we don't, for one reason or another. So to see that go in was a big one. You can see Kyogo and Dyson in the celebrations were proper, yes, we've done it, kind of thing. Finally, one of these breakaways we've managed to slide it home. So yeah, I think they've been really a big part of it all. And they've been so hard to contain, because Kuhn is dribbling inside or outside. And, off the ball, Tate's been a little bit higher than Kyogo. So they've been really difficult to pick up just because of the spaces that they're pressing or they're living in. So, yeah, it's been a part of it.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought Kyogo was playing a bit deeper than usual. Actually, certainly in the early parts of the game, I felt as though Maeda was almost acting as a second forward because he seemed to be the one who was making the runs into the box. But actually, I thought I agree with you. When I saw Dyson get on the end of that pass, I thought it's going to go wrong here, because actually Mackenzie showed brilliant pace to stay with him. I think it was Mackenzie for Aberdeen stayed with him the whole time. But we very rarely see that level of awareness and actually that just that composure from Maeda to pick out Kyogo. I admit my heart was in my mouth when Kyogo hit the bar. I thought, surely to goodness that's not going to be a third real bad sitter, as we spoke about for the match. But yeah, it's been great going forward, and I don't think Aberdeen's offered too much in terms of testing our defence, have they, Lawrence? I think we've looked pretty solid. One thing that we're doing, I think Quinny mentioned it, is we've had the ability to play on the counter, something that we don't really get too often domestically because usually teams are sitting back. Aberdeen actually trying to come forward, but I think we're just tactically we're just playing them off the park at the moment, aren't
we? I think it's just the difference in quality of teams. I mean, pre-match we spoke about Aberdeen. They may struggle in the second half. They really had to do something first half. You know, the big game where they beat the new team. This is the first time they faced Wednesday, Saturday. You know, if they weren't able to live with us in the first half, I think they're really going to struggle second half. You know, and maybe be taking Callum off for Bernardo, but that's about the only change because, you know, he's on a yellow. You want him available for the final.
He's strolling it though, Lawrence, isn't he? He's strolling the match, isn't he? He's. I mean, apart from that booking, he's in total control.
It's never even a free kick. Never mind a booking. Yeah. You're looking at going, this isn't a free kick. But you know, we should be well in control of the game. I don't know if Aberdeen have got much more left in the tank. You know, they were trying their hearts out there, and they just weren't good enough. Will they be able to put in anything more in the second half that they haven't shown the first? I don't think so. You know, I think we've got more options. You know, we spoke about Engels. I think he's having a cracking game. Spoke about him, but pre-match, you know, he's delivering again. What a delivery for the corner.
Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, really, really good. I think his movement as well, Lawrence, has been clever. I mean, he's not blessed with an abundance of pace, is he? But he's got intelligent movement, and he actually finds himself in quite dangerous areas where he can contribute to the attack.
Well, not just the attack, to defensively, he's covering the ground to get back. So I don't know how quick he is, but certainly get back quick enough to put in a couple of important blocks. So yeah, his work rate's there for us to see today. You know, he's got an assist. Kuhn looks in the mid. You know, probably we touched on this. It's a nice warm up for Europe, where we may face having to hit in the break again, and we're doing that well here. I mean, Aberdeen, I think, I don't know what stats are, but they've had a fair bit of the ball. It's just not been able to do a lot with it. You know, we've looked solid at the back. That back four, you know, they've tried a few diagonal balls to the back post when Hatate had to clear, but in general, on that left hand side of the defence, we've looked absolutely rock solid every time they've tried to come down there. So, yeah, Brendan's got it right again.
Absolutely, and I think credit where it's due. Sean, before the game, we spoke about a couple of the defensive selections today. Valle coming in, obviously, for Taylor. Some speculation he's maybe now the first choice left back, and certainly doesn't seem to be doing his chances any harm with his performance. But also the centre back pairing of Trusty and Carter Vickers. I mean, I don't think they've been put under too much pressure today, but they've looked decent, haven't they? What have you made of the defence today?
I actually had Carter Vickers down as one of the best on ground, to be honest, goal included. But even then, he's been just strong. Possession's good. His passing's been good. One pass accepting. I've got my best down as Maeda, Kuhn, and Carter Vickers in that order. So yeah, I do think he's been great. Trusty's been good as well, but Carter Vickers looked like he's up for it today. He's up for it, back into it. I think these two are, it's a shame for Scales, but I think these two will be starting again midweek, and they've looked up for it today, and hopefully they keep focused, because obviously, you know, I sat here a few weeks ago when we were 2-0 up at half time, and I said that it looks like Aberdeen might never score, and then we were bang 2-2. And
you're not allowed to say that tonight. Right?
I'm not saying I'm just, all I'm saying is hopefully we stay focused. Hopefully Carter Vickers and Trusty stay focused, because they were very focused, very strong in that first half. And if they can maintain that, don't let it slip, the concentration, don't let the intensity slip, then we should be making it to the final against either Lazarus or Motherwell.
Absolutely. And yeah, Quinny, I think Sean sums it up. When it got to 2-0, I thought if we got to half time at 2-0, are we going to see a real statement of intent from Jimmy Thielen, the Aberdeen manager? And he was making changes. You can see his changes lined up straight away. So he is going to react how we're playing. However, I think that third goal just gives you that little bit of a cushion. So you're hoping that actually in the second half, we know the intensity will drop at some stage because it has been quite high intensity from both teams. But it's so important that we don't fall into this trap of getting complacent, because we've seen it before with Aberdeen. If we give them opportunities, they can hurt us. And I think there was one telling moment in the first half where Duke absolutely left AJ for dead down that left-hand side, or right-hand side, but his left-hand side, and it was great work from Kuhn to get backtrack and make the I'd maybe defer to Sean whether or not it was a legitimate tackle or a sneaky foul, but I think either way we got away from it. Thumbs up from Sean, absolutely brilliant. And Sean, keep me right in terms of when the game starts, because I can't see when the game restarts here, so just give me a signal as international sign language as we do. But Quinny, I mean, I think it is so important we keep our composure second half, isn't it? How would you expect us to approach it? And are you expecting a reaction from Aberdeen? You're on mute, Quinny, so we can't hear you.
Yeah, I think Aberdeen will be surprised they didn't make changes quite quickly to try and get them something back in the game, because the old saying is that the most dangerous scoreline in football was 2-0, isn't it? But so at 3-0, it gives you that extra bit of distance, like you're saying, and from their point of view, they'll want to get it to just being a 2-goal lead as quickly as possible to give them a glimmer of hope to keep playing for. I think for us, but I would be surprised if I get the logic behind the McGregor for Bernardo stuff. A lot of the chat is given it as well because of the yellow and everything, but I don't think we'll see. I think we want to keep it 3-0, if not make it 4 or 5, get to the 60th minute, and then by then it is totally game, set and match. Even if they do make subs, it's going to be, consolation goals, if anything. So yeah, I think it's going to be about not just keeping it tight. That's kind of boring, but also like we just need to keep doing what we've been doing, because we'll get more chances to score. And the form we're on now, like Dyson's goal itself, I've not mentioned yet anyway, but like, it looks like we're on form. Like the shots are going in, we're being clinical. And one thing I thought coming into this game is it might reveal who Brendan thinks is the best 11. And watching them play like that, it looks like the best 11. We're free flowing, all linking up pretty well. People are covering in defensively and bombing forward when required. Really doing both sides of the game really well today. So
it's really clicking, isn't it? It's really we look like we're on tonight. Just going to get a few comments in before we finish up. So we'll start with David Beats, who come in pretty nice and early. Let's hope we are happy at halftime, boys. I think it's fair to say we're pretty happy at halftime. Jungle Line, Harlem Globetrotters on tour. Absolutely, I think it's been that kind of Hollywood football. Brilliant. Boyd Bob comes in. Dyson wasted a couple of opportunities first 30 minutes, but kept going back for more class. And absolutely, he did. He was definitely getting himself involved. Joe Fulham, very simple. We're cruising. Kirk Chilas comes in. Brendan Rodgers needs to shoot the half it doesn't get a red. Absolutely. Kirk also comes in with Kuhn 10 out of 10. I think Kuhn has been really on it today. He's been up for everything, and I think it's yet another assist for him as well. Simon Fedeni, didn't know Brendan had that left peg on him. Absolutely. Tony Cassidy, welcome to the show. Regular as always. Sean is giving you 2:30 a.m. with Sean. Nice effort. Is that right, Sean's up at 2:30 a.m. there?
That's right, mate. Yeah, this is what 2:30 a.m. looks like.
Commitment, mate. Commitment. Flying Haggis comes in as Paul John at the game. He is, and what a great game to pick to go to. So I'm actually jealous of him. Next time he gets the opportunity, I'm going to see if I can get the ticket and he can come back to hosting. Soph Scotts comes in to say one-touch passing has been a delight. It has actually. What I've liked is the one-touch passing on the counter, and we've actually been able to pick out our man. We've not had too many slack passes in this half. And George Nicholson just comes in and says superb performance from by the way, which I agree with. I think he's looking more and more assured in that position. He was Lawrence. He was on the end of a wee bit of rough treatment at the start of the game, wasn't he? He was getting battered about a wee bit with some of the Aberdeen players. Do you think they'll finish a match with 11 men at the moment, because they're skipping on the edge of
like that? But listen, they've got to try and level it somehow. They're not going to stand back and watch, are they? And he's better than his opposite number. He's got to try and put something on and put him off his game. But I think we're underway for the second half.
We are, I just got the signal from Sean. So listen, all it remains to say thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in for halftime. Join us for full time, where hopefully we're at least 3-0 up, if not more. But I certainly hope we get a few more in the second half. All it remains to me to say is thank you to Lawrence, Quinny, and Sean, and we'll see you again for full time. This has been a Celtic State of Mind.
Yeah, well.